Welcome, beautiful souls, to your messages from your shadow self. Pile 1, pile 2. Let's jump right into it. Welcome, pile 1, to messages from your shadow self. We have the mystic, the shapeshifter, and the ocean. Your shadow self is asking you to accept all the versions of you. I heard as above, so below, as well as what you give is what you receive. What are you willing to tolerate? Because the way that you speak to yourself, you're going to attract that same treatment. Also, there are so many eyes. There's 2 right here, 1 right here, both of those eyes, but it looks like a mix between, honestly, I'm seeing this as your actual shadow self, but it could be some sort of ghost. And then the tiger, also their eye. Then this stone where the 3rd eye is. And this, it looks like a colored tree trunk, but it also looks like an eyeball. And then I'm pretty sure this is an eyeball. So you are being protected. You have strong clairvoyant abilities, which is clear seeing. Trust yourself, listen to yourself, embrace your experiences, and love all of the experiences that have made you who you are, that have brought you to where you are. You are this beautiful butterfly, and inside this butterfly, there is this strong light. That light is you, it's your soul, it's your essence. There is so much brightness and beauty to you. And when you're able to trust yourself, nothing is going to get in your way. Nothing can knock over this foundation that you have built in yourself. And the shadow is typically known to be the side that we're ashamed of, and it can be the subconscious as well, but usually it's the part of us that we hide away, that we don't allow to come out of its internal cage. But we need balance, and even hiding away is not going to change the fact that it's there. When you're running from yourself, you do things that are out of alignment with who you are in order to essentially escape yourself. But understanding that there's so many different facets of who you are, you'll be able to acknowledge that and also give compassion, grace, and love to that part of yourself. If you're constantly in battle with who you are and parts of yourself, everything you do is coming from an unstable energy because you're not stable within yourself. Not only are you this butterfly going through this transition that's honestly impossible yet miraculous, the shapeshifter is also covered in rainbow scales that look like a snake. And snakes go through this transformation where they shed their entire external skin. They are growing and transforming, and you have to embrace your growth. Embrace how far you've come instead of staying in that first skin that you outgrew of, instead of staying in that body that you were in, that you were uncomfortable. You went through the necessary changes and you had the determination to grow, to learn, to improve on yourself. Giving yourself love to the versions of yourself that you either hated or you were trying to run from is going to fill you up with so much love and compassion. Also, I love the saying, you can't heal in the house that broke you. So being surrounded in that environment that hurt you in the first place is not going to heal you. Not unless your environment changes, but you can't control your environment. You can only control yourself and which environments you choose to be in your life and your energy. Also, the chakras, focusing on the chakras, especially the root chakra, which is all about safety, grounding, stability, and survival. It's connected from your pubic area down, so your legs, your feet, really nurturing your body, being in your body, grounding yourself, and taking care of you in every single way. List all the ways you would like a partner to take care of you. Whether this is financially, going on dates, giving you a massage, bringing you pleasure, whatever it is, list all of it. Get detailed. How do you want to be pleased? How do you want your needs taken care of? And then find ways to do that for yourself. You shouldn't have to wait for someone else to take care of you or take care of certain needs that you have before you get them taken care of from yourself. Caring more about your own opinion, your own life, than about others, because you are the one who has to live with your choices, your beliefs, your experiences, your opinions. But if you let the opinions of other people dictate how you move in your life, you're going to be unhappy, because every single person is operating on their own beliefs, their own morals, their own experiences, their own values. They cannot take into consideration how you feel fully because they are not you, and you can't take in how anyone else feels fully because you are not them. You cannot step into their shoes. Even if you have similar experiences, you still have your own individual, unique experiences. So valuing your opinion over everyone else's when it comes to how you live your life is ultimately the goal and the focus. Don't be afraid to explore yourself, to get to know who you are truly in every single inch of yourself, because the ocean is so deep and we are filled like the ocean. We have our internal ocean. We have this entire world inside of us full of ideas, creativity, imagination, beliefs, opinions. Sitting with yourself can be so uncomfortable because things that we have been avoiding come to the surface. But that's good. Allow it to come to the surface. Feel it, journal it, release it, process it, and keep going. But explore yourself internally. Explore yourself physically as well. But go inside, get to know yourself, and give yourself the biggest, warmest, longest hug. That's gonna end pile 1. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Definitely stop by pile 2 if you feel called to it. If not, let me know how this resonates. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I post, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Welcome pile 2 to messages from your shadow self. For starters, the shadow self is the part of you that you hide away. It's the stuff that you're embarrassed about, ashamed of, and it's also your subconscious. But there's part of yourself that you've never even seen before. There's a lot to yourself that is uncharted, that is waiting for you to explore them. Be your own parent, your own mother, your own father, your own best friend. And sure, it can be isolating and lonely being that person for yourself, but it can also be very refreshing and rewarding and healing in a way that no one else can, because you are the only person who knows your needs. And when you're able to sit there and meet that version of yourself, fulfill those needs for yourself, you just feel so much better. Hold yourself more closely. Be your own partner and romantic interest. Fall in love with yourself. Decorate yourself in what makes you feel good, what brings you joy. And there's so many different ways you can do that, whether it's jewelry, painting your nails, wearing certain styles and colors, changing your hair, doing your makeup, whatever it is. Allow yourself to express who you are without the need to shrink or hide who you are. Be who you are, 'cause you're the light. I don't even know what that's from, but that just came up. Honestly, there's so many hands in both of these cards, holding hands in these first 2 cards, and then it looks like they're reaching out, but this looks like a human hand and this looks like an alien hand. But it also looks like a younger to middle-aged person versus an elderly person. So I'm getting a few different messages with that. The first is have more physical contact with yourself. Hold your hands, run your hands up your arms and legs. Just feel yourself, feel your body, feel the texture of your skin, the temperature of your skin. Map out all the planes. Memorize yourself. A lot of people use the saying, I know this like the back of my hand. But how well do you actually know the back of your hand? Unless you sit there and explore what it looks like, what it feels like, you might not even be able to recognize the back of your hand. The second message is about diversity. With the human and the alien, there's parts of yourself that you do not know that can be scary, and typically we fear the unknown, but there's nothing that you need to fear about yourself. Even your biggest shame, your biggest hurt memory, the intensity of your emotions, they can be scary, but there's nothing to be afraid of. The third message is, with it being an age difference, appreciate where you are and all of the blessings that you truly have. Imagine if you were 95 years old on your deathbed. What do you think you would be thinking about? Now, most people realistically don't die like that, but in this scenario, what do you think you would be thinking about? Your family, your friends, your experiences, everything that you wanted to do before you died, everything you did do before you died. And then someone comes up, a magical being, and they say, I'm giving you this opportunity to go back to whatever age and phase you're at right now. Do you accept? Whether you want to or not, you take the deal, and you're back to this moment. How do you think that's going to change your life based on being transported back to where you are now? Are you going to keep living your life exactly the way that you have been? Or would you go out more? Would you say your truth more? Would you hold your tongue? Would you stay inside more? Whatever it is, how do you want to live your life? Is the path you're going down where you are looking for long term and where you think you'll be proud of and happy 50 years from now, 20 years from now, even 2 years from now? Are you happy with the path you're going down? Because whatever you choose to do today is going to impact your tomorrow. The past will always impact your future, and the present is both the past and the future. The present moment of today was yesterday's future, and it will be tomorrow's past. What you do in the moment is going to impact you in every way. So make sure that you are living in alignment with yourself and you are making yourself happy. Because if you are living a miserable life every single day, what kind of life are you actually living? Why wouldn't you want to be happy and content? And of course, you can't have that 100% of the time. You'll always end up feeling sad. You'll always end up feeling annoyed. Those emotions just are. But there are actions you can take that will prolong certain emotions. You have the ability to create who you are and who you want to be through your actions, your beliefs, and your habits. For example, let's say you want to be super healthy, but you go to McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, all of these fast food places every single day. And instead of exercising, you scroll on your phone for 2 hours. Those are not habits of an extremely healthy person. But if you want to be that extremely healthy person, you would be more mindful of the food that you take in, you would move more, and you would take the necessary steps to be that person. If you chose to be nicer to others, but the first thing that comes out of your mouth when someone speaks is an insult, you have that choice to continue saying and doing those things, or to figure out what you actually want and to go down that path instead. Now, those are just examples. It could be building a business, it could be writing a book, it could be picking up a new hobby. Whatever it is, make sure that your actions, your beliefs, your habits are aligning with that route, that path, and understand the importance of your energy, your intention, your actions. That's gonna end pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Definitely stop by pile 1 if you feel called to it. I do feel like there are some messages that might resonate in that pile as well. If not, let me know how this resonates. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I post, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.